From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, June the 13th, 2023. One Israeli civilian and 4 IDF soldiers were injured today in a drive-by shooting in the West Bank, northern Samaria region. The IDF said a passing vehicle fired at an Israeli vehicle near the Rehan crossing between Mevodotan and Hermesh, after which the terrorist vehicle continued driving and then fired at a military vehicle. The fighters, the IDF said, started chasing the terrorists, during which an exchange of fire took place. The forces blocked roads in the area and continue the pursuit of the terrorists. The Times of Israel said the civilian driver reached a military checkpoint where he was treated by Magen David Adom medics and was said to be in moderate condition with gunshot wounds to his upper body. He was taken to the hospital for treatment. The IDF said 3 of the soldiers who were injured lightly, 1 moderately, and that a manhunt for the suspect continues. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu took part in a session of the Knesset Foreign Affairs and Defense Committee today, where he presented a diplomatic and security review, his office said, including on the situation with Iran. Netanyahu telling the session over 90% of our security problems stem from Iran and its proxies, and our policy is aimed at increasing the circle of peace to stop Iran and its proxies. Our position is clear. No agreement with Iran will be binding on Israel, which will continue to do everything to defend itself. Israel donated tons of food and other critical items for the Kherson region of Ukraine. Israel's official Twitter sharing video of the handover of the humanitarian assistance going to the people of Kherson following the explosion of the Kakhovka Dam, being done through Mashav, Israel's agency for international development and cooperation. Over 200,000 liters of water and over 10 tons of food will be delivered by volunteers to the affected area in the next few days. Israel's ambassador to Ukraine, Michael Brodsky, was on hand, saying from the start of the war, Israel has been helping Ukraine, and we will continue to stand by her side, and we will continue to help. CEO of the American Jewish Committee, Ted Deutsch, announced yesterday that the AJC will launch a task force to help implement the White House National Strategy to Combat Antisemitism, which was released just over 2 weeks ago. The AJC contributed many of the recommendations found in the plan. Deutsch spoke about the task force and its role at the AJC's Global Forum taking place this week in Tel Aviv.
Our task force will ensure that when we return to Global Forum next year, we will be able to celebrate the implementation, not just the existence of the National Action Plan, but the very concrete actions that will be taken by the federal government, by state and local governments, by our staff around the country who will work with businesses and nonprofits, with sports leagues and cultural institutions, who will work with nonprofits, our intergroup partners, our interfaith partners, all to ensure that the White House Action Plan becomes a reality in ways that will keep the Jewish community safe, secure, and strong.
Well, Toronto now has a new dedicated Holocaust museum. The original Holocaust Museum in the city opened in 1985. The new facility is about twice the size of the original, with nearly 10,000 square feet. Created by the UJA Federation of Greater Toronto, it officially opened to the public on Friday. The museum wrote it serves as a powerful and growing force against anti-Semitism, bigotry, and hatred in all its forms. The museum features cutting-edge technology, which includes interactive Holocaust survivor testimony stations, with a focus on Holocaust education. Executive Director Dara Solomon told the JTA what we set out to do from the very beginning was to ensure that this was a place to hear from survivors long after they're gone. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Tuesday, June the 13th at 7 o'clock. Former Knesset member Ruth Wasserman Lande talks about current Israeli regional positioning and the Iranian threat. At 7:30, a discussion of the Iranian nuclear program and the prospect of Israel-Saudi ties. At 8, a panel of female changemakers talk about how marginalized communities can leverage each other's unique experiences and work together to affect change. At 9, it's Executive Director of A Wider Bridge, Tyler Gregory on L'chaim. At 10, Rabbi Stephen Greenberg discusses the commandment to be inclusive and its challenges. And coming up next, it's the ILTV's Insider. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, June the 13th, 2023. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well.